All right. I just listened to what was it? Some Sexy Songs for You by Drake and P and Party Next Door. And I ain't gonna lie, man. This junk was better than I thought it was gonna be. By any means, it's still bad. Like it's still not that good, but it's not as bad as, I thought it would be. Honestly. I know a lot of people, they're gonna be cooking Drake no matter what because people are still overly biased about over the beef and stuff. But me, I'm not no bias, no nothing. I don't give a crap about none of the beef no more. Like Kendrick won. The Super Bowl was just the last nail in the dang coffin. So let's let that junk go. I know there was some shots that Drake took, in this album anyway. But either way, not letting the freaking Drake bias of the beef deter me from my experience of the album. But overall, this junk was pretty dull. I'm not gonna lie. This junk was dull for the most part. It's supposed to be a PNB. I keep saying PNB rock, but like I was keep wanting to say that. It's supposed to be a Party Next Door and Drake collab, but it just feels more like just Drake a lot of the time. Like Drake has most of the songs. Like there'll be sometimes I'm like, dang, where's Party Next Door? And then I'll just be seeing Drake on as the main artist, just to show Drake instead of a Party Next Door and Drake. So I'm like, okay, I guess. I mean, it's basically mainly Drake. It's just Drake, Drake, Drake throughout, and Drake always mainly starts it off. It's rare when Party Next Door starts it off. And I think Party Next Door only has like one song that's by himself, which is really weird. But is what it is. The first few songs, they're pretty just blah. I did not give a crap. I wanted to like the opener CN Tower, but it wasn't doing anything for me. Drake, the way you was singing, I tried. I couldn't. Drake is not that good of a singer no more. I'm not gonna lie. And Party Next Door is not that good neither. Party Next Door is actually even worse. That jump crazy. Um, but when I got to Crying in Chanel, I think that was the teaser song for like that trailer they had. I was waiting for that beat, but that chunk only came at the very last portion of the song. I'm thinking, what's the point of like getting people hyped for that specific song if when he gets the song, that small portion is literally that song. That makes no sense. So I was like, okay, I guess. And after like that, it sounded good when I heard the trailer, but when I was listening to it, like with the context of the album, it sounded worse, which is crazy. um, but yeah, it just kept going. It was just I just did not care. Small Town Fame. How did this sound like again? Because I literally just listened to the bit, so this is my first thoughts after coming back from a walk. Small Town Fame. How did this sound? Let me skip through this bit. Oh yeah, I'm hating hard. This was the first good song I actually like. Small Town Fame, and it was a Drake. And it was Drake by himself. He was like actually rapping, but then he just like there's just this filler of like I'm hating hard. Oh, I'm hating hard. I'm like, I can't take you serious when you're doing like I still like the song. Don't get me wrong, but I can't take you serious. I'm hating hard. You can't be serious, bro. But it was a good song. He was rapping. But when we get to what was her name? Pimmy? Pimmy's Dilemma? This is another freaking Yeba's Heartbreak. Oh my gosh. Even though Yeba's Heartbreak is still miles better, but Pimmy's Dilemma is like it's a nice song. She really got that melody. Like I hope like I think her name is Pim, but they just call it Pimmy's Dilemma. But she had that melody, bro. She was really just moving on that track, like the best track so far. Honestly, probably. Mm, we'll get to my potential favorite song in a minute. But yeah, she did her thing. This is like the Yeppa's heartbreak of this song. It just goes to show These women that Drake began on to do these little interludes, man, they be just outshining him. I don't know why he don't want to get new singing lessons, because this man cannot sing no more. His melodies don't be hitting. I'm sorry. No bias, no bias. I wanted to root for this. I wanted to root for this man Drake. I wanted to root for this album. I wanted to root for it, but it just wasn't doing it for me. Pimmy, she did great. She did phenomenal. I had to replay that, even though this album was long as freak. I replayed the song. He got me to it, but it wasn't because of Drake. It wasn't because of Drake. I was trying to get through this bit. Freaking an hour and 13 minutes, 21 songs. What the hell wrong with you? Brain Steel. Brian Steele. That was a one that was I wish I would have liked, but the rapping wasn't doing it for me. Give Me a Hug. I actually like this one. Even though it's, really childish. This man talking about some, oh man, I'm stuck in my ways. I miss these strippers. Oh man, give me a hug. Give me a hug. I'm like, okay. I think apparently there were some shots in here that I've kind of overlooked. I wasn't really paying attention. I didn't really care. But just kept going, and it was like stuff is still like, I don't really care about the songs. And then we get to Meet Your Padre. And I'm just like, this man over here doing these Hispanic accents, man. And it's like, I ain't gonna lie. I have a little soft spot for Meet Your Padre, the way it sounds. And there was some melodies that was kind of hitting. But Drake, I could not take him serious with the accents, man. It's like, this man, bro. I'm not, no beef aside. Nope. Like, beef aside. It's just, nah, man. But it's an interesting song nonetheless. I will not replay it, but it's an interesting song nonetheless. But when I got to Nokia, this song was really interesting. The instrumental was really interesting. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Drake should do something like this more. Even the when I got kind of confused at the beat switch, that junk still ended up being cool. I warmed up to it really like instantly. So I was like, okay, this is cool. I'm not gonna hold you. So Nokia, I think that might be the best song. I was even looking on some forums and stuff. Like people were messing with Nokia too. I was like, okay, cool. I ain't the only one. But when I got to Die Trying, I didn't care about it at first until I heard a female vocal and I looked at the who was featured on it. I was like, Yeba? She was only there for the freaking last portion. I'm like, they should have kept her throughout the whole portion of the track. I gotta listen to Yeba again. I gotta listen to her album again. Did she release any new music? I don't even know. I hope so. But then I got to Somebody Loves Me, and I ain't gonna lie, Party wasn't doing too much for me on this song. But Drake, he was kind of smoothing. He was smoothing on it. There was like some pocket he got into. I was like, okay, this is something. Then we got to Celibacy, and this junk was just disgusting. I'm like, ugh. Then we got On My. I know people. I heard that like he misspelled this song on Spotify, but it's supposed to be On My Way, like OMW, but on Spotify it says OMY for some reason. So I don't know. I didn't care about this. Glorious, trash. This is just Central C sounding song, samples of Ice Spice all over. I don't know why, but meh. When He's Gone, I think this was I guess. But when we got to Greedy, this joint was 6 minutes. I'm like, 6-minute outro? You gotta be freaking kidding me. But it wasn't that bad. Especially the last portion with the little instrumental break. It wasn't that bad, you know what I'm saying? When I returned to it, 6 minutes of this moody behind Drake stuff, I'm cooling. I'm cool off it. But I got 5 songs off of this junk. So 5 out of 21 for a Drake record? Nah, let me not do that. That's not good. That's not a good ratio. But I got something. So I guess that's what Drake is, good for nowadays. Just, oh, at least I got something I like. But this man really need to come back with a classic, bro. I want to root for this man, bro. I want to. I'm not a Drake stan, or not, I'm not Drake stan at all, but I can understand that he still has some artistry, that he potential that he can, bring to the table. But he just really has to channel that bit. But hey, let me know what y'all think down in the comment section below. Cause I mean, this album was not good, but hey, I got something out of it. It wasn't as bad as I thought. But I wanted it to be much better, coming off of the whole blase blah. But it is what it is. So yeah. Peace.